first 5 seconds of your video are the most expensive real estate on the entire platform. Data from YouTube's own public analytics indicates that a staggering 48% of viewers who abandon a video do so before the 7-second mark. This is not a slight drop-off. It is a catastrophic failure rate, meaning nearly half of your potential audience is lost before your core message even begins. The intro is not a creative afterthought or a necessary formality. It is a cognitive filter, a high-stakes test that every viewer subconsciously administers to determine if their time is about to be wasted. This critical window is governed by the science of the hook, a precise system that can be reverse-engineered and replicated across any niche. Retention is not accidental. Successful intros are engineered using 4 specific design levers that directly influence viewer psychology. These levers transform a passive scroller into an engaged viewer who has made a non-verbal contract to watch the next few minutes. The first lever is the lexical hook. This is the specific sequence of words spoken in the initial 3 seconds, and its structure is paramount. The most effective hooks follow a verb-first imperative structure. They are commands or immediate statements of fact that promise an instant, specific payoff. They operate on the principle of immediacy. Consider the difference between the passive statement, "Today we're going to talk about techniques for improving your sleep quality," and the active imperative version, "Transform your sleep tonight with this one switch." The second version uses active language and creates instant intrigue by demanding attention and promising an immediate, actionable result. A strong lexical hook avoids filler words, unnecessary contextual setup, and any form of apology or greeting, focusing instead on the viewer's core pain point. For a finance channel, this means shifting from "we will discuss compound interest" to "double your investment returns starting today." For a gaming channel, it means moving from "here is a guide to this level" to "break this impossible level using this hidden exploit." The second lever is the expectation anchor. The hook must be visually and contextually locked to the video's title and thumbnail with zero friction. Viewers arrive with a specific expectation set by the surrounding metadata. Any disconnect between what is promised and what is immediately delivered triggers a viewer's aversion to false advertising or misdirection, prompting an instant click away. This is a matter of visual continuity. If the thumbnail features a shocking graph illustrating a market crash, the first frame of the video must display that exact graph, and the first word spoken must reference it directly. This creates a seamless cognitive flow, validating the viewer's choice to click and instantly building trust. A failure in the expectation anchor is often the result of generic stock footage or a delayed start, forcing the viewer to wait for the promised content. The anchor must be deployed within the first 2 seconds, confirming the viewer is in the correct location for the information they sought. Lever 3 is the branded cadence. This is the unique audio and visual rhythm that signals your channel's identity without requiring a lengthy, time-wasting animated logo sequence. It is the consistent application of subtle, recognizable elements: a 2-second sonic logo, a specific color palette used for text overlays, or a distinctive transition style. This element is not primarily for new viewers. It is a powerful tool for repeat viewers, creating a subconscious trigger of familiarity and quality. It tells the loyal audience they are in the right place and that the high-value content they expect is about to begin. This cadence must be brief, unobtrusive, and consistent across every upload. A 5-second animated logo that interrupts the flow of content is a retention killer. A 2-second, high-impact graphical flash with a unique sound effect is an effective branded cadence. The fourth and final lever is the value proof. Within the compact 5-second window, the script must offer a tangible, specific, and believable benefit. This requires moving beyond vague statements like "learn a lot" or "get better at X." The proof must be concrete and preferably quantifiable. Examples include "cut your editing time by half using this hidden setting," or "discover the financial loophole that saved $10,000 last year." This specific proof answers the viewer's silent, critical question: what is in this for me, and why should I believe you right now? The numerical specificity acts as a credibility multiplier, grounding the promise in reality and making the reward feel immediate and attainable. These 4 levers, lexical hook, expectation anchor, branded cadence, and value proof, form a complete, replicable system for maximizing initial retention. However, several persistent myths hinder their effective application, leading creators to prioritize style over data. The first persistent myth is that personality alone can retain viewers. While a charismatic host is vital for long-term subscriber loyalty and community building, personality is a long-term retention tool. Structure and value win in the first 5 seconds. If the hook fails to secure attention, the viewer will never stay long enough for the personality to shine. The primary job of the intro is algorithmic optimization, not self-expression. The second myth is that certain niches are too boring for high-impact hooks. This belief stems from a misunderstanding of viewer psychology. Every topic, no matter how dry, from regulatory compliance to advanced geometry, contains a compelling angle rooted in scarcity, frustration, or unexpected efficiency. A video about complex spreadsheet formulas can hook successfully with "Stop manually updating cells every day. Automate 90% of your data entry with this one function." The core psychology of seeking immediate problem resolution is universal, regardless of the subject matter. The hook must simply translate the topic into an urgent, solvable problem. The third myth is that a shorter intro hurts branding or channel identity. This is entirely false in the modern creator landscape. Branding is not the 15-second animation that plays before the content begins. True branding is the consistent, trustworthy application of the 4 levers across every video, creating a reliable pattern of immediate value delivery that viewers come to trust and expect. The intro's purpose is to serve the viewer's desire for immediate, relevant payoff, not the creator's desire for artistic or promotional expression. Any element that delays the content is a liability. With the levers defined and common myths corrected, the next step is practical application through ready-to-copy blueprints. These are structural templates designed for rapid adaptation to any niche, ensuring the 4 levers are correctly deployed. Blueprint 1 is the immediate solve. This template focuses on urgent viewer pain points and promises instant relief. The structure is simple: state the common problem, plus deliver the verb-ed solution. Example script adapted for a business niche. Losing track of receipts costs freelancers thousands annually in lost deductions. Automate 100% of your expense tracking using this single free tool and reclaim your time. This blueprint works exceptionally well for tutorials, how-to content, and software guides because it focuses directly on efficiency and mitigation of loss. It immediately validates the viewer's search intent. The key is to quantify the cost of the problem, making the solution feel even more valuable. Blueprint 2 is the secret reveal. This template leverages the human desire for exclusive insider knowledge. The structure is: state a hidden truth or unknown fact plus promise a specific high-value outcome. Example script for a marketing or analytics channel. YouTube's algorithm secretly prioritizes this one obscure metric above all others. Implement this single change today to boost your video impressions by 30%. This structure is highly effective for analytical, news, or insider knowledge channels because it establishes the content as scarce and powerful. It implies that the viewer is about to gain an unfair advantage over those who do not possess this knowledge. The value proof must be a high percentage or a large number to maximize the perceived secrecy. Blueprint 3 is the paradigm shift. This template is designed to create immediate cognitive dissonance, forcing the viewer to stay to resolve the intellectual conflict. The structure is: state the common assumption or conventional wisdom plus introduce the contradictory fact or unexpected reality. Example script for an educational channel. Most people believe that using more keywords in their video descriptions guarantees higher search rankings. The data proves the opposite is true. This outdated strategy actually hurts your search visibility and limits your reach. By challenging a widely held belief, this blueprint compels the viewer to seek resolution by continuing to watch and understand the evidence supporting the counterintuitive claim. The tension created by the contradiction acts as a powerful retention magnet. The effective use of these blueprints requires rigorous adherence to the 4 levers. The lexical hook must be verb-driven and punchy. The expectation anchor must be visually confirmed in the opening frame. The branded cadence must be consistently applied for familiarity. And the value proof must be specific and quantifiable to justify the viewer's time investment. This adaptation and discipline are non-negotiable for achieving maximum retention. To ensure every intro is production-ready and optimized, creators must implement a final decision checklist. This checklist transforms subjective creative decisions into objective, data-driven checks. A production-ready intro must pass every single point before upload. Checklist. Point 1. The first 3 words of the script are an action verb or a direct, high-impact statement. Avoid any introductory phrases or filler. Checklist. Point 2. The first 5 seconds of the video visually mirror the core promise or central element depicted in the thumbnail. This ensures the expectation anchor is secured. Checklist. Point 3. The total duration of the intro sequence, from the first word spoken to the beginning of the main content, is under 8 seconds. Optimal performance is often achieved around the 5 to 6 second mark. Checklist. Point 4. The script explicitly mentions a specific, numerical, or time-bound outcome or benefit. This satisfies the value proof lever by quantifying the reward. Checklist. Point 5. The channel's distinctive audio or visual signature, the branded cadence, is present within the sequence, signaling quality and consistency to repeat viewers. Run this checklist against your current intro structure. If it fails even 1 point, identify the corresponding lever that is weak and rebuild the intro using the appropriate blueprint. Once the new version is exported and uploaded, the critical final step is measurement. The metric to watch is not the overall click-through rate, but the percentage of viewers retained at the 15-second mark on the day 1 retention graph in YouTube Studio. This specific point in time is the definitive marker for whether the hook system worked. A successful application of the 4 levers in one of the 3 blueprints will show a measurable flattening of the initial steep drop-off curve, indicating that the cognitive filter test has been passed by a higher percentage of your audience. Retention is a quantifiable result of engineering, not a matter of hope or luck. By applying the 4 levers, selecting a blueprint tailored to your content, and rigorously running the 5-point checklist, intro creation is transformed from a frustrating guessing game into a repeatable, data-driven process. The results will be visible and measurable in your analytics by the following morning, directly translating into increased watch time and algorithmic promotion. The next video in this series will deconstruct the anatomy of a perfect video title, using the same principle of algorithmic and psychological reverse engineering to maximize click-through rate, linking seamlessly with this retention system.